This video will focus on the importance of including the seating plan in the lesson plan for every period. Seating plans are beneficial for several reasons. This video will shed the light on some of the important aspects and will provide some ideas for seating plans related to different phases, such as the kindergarten, elementary, middle, and high school. And towards the end of this video, there will be some reflections related to homogeneous and heterogeneous grouping. So including the seating plan in the lesson plan can allow the teacher to connect the data to the classroom setup. Deciding on a seating plan for a class based on data analysis of assessments can be a strategic approach to support student learning and address individual needs. A teacher can collect and review the assessment data, such as test scores, quizzes, or other relevant assessments. Look for patterns, identify strengths, weaknesses, and specific learning needs of individual students. Furthermore, a teacher can group students based on their proficiency levels in the specific disciplines or skill area assessed. Thus, the students could be categorized into high, medium, and low proficiency groups, or they can be mixed up based on assessment data. Another thing to consider is the learning styles and preferences of students when designing the seating plans. Some students may prefer independent work, while others may thrive in collaborative settings. So adapt the seating plan to accommodate different learning styles and promote engagement. One thing to keep in mind that we need to balance the strengths and weaknesses when we are trying to analyze the data in order to decide how to structure our learning environment. Distributing students with varying strengths and weaknesses throughout the classroom can create opportunities for peer support and collaboration, where stronger students can assist those who need additional help. Towards the end of the video, we will talk about when is this strategy most beneficial. Looking into another important point for us to think about the seating plan when we are designing our lessons is to manage the engagement and behavior of students. The seating plan can impact student engagement during the lesson by strategically placing students in the seating plan where teachers can facilitate interaction, collaboration, and active participation. Grouping students based on their needs and abilities can enhance engagement and foster a positive learning environment. Providing individual attention. As we all know, some students require more attention and more teaching and guiding throughout the lesson. So the scaffolding process that we have to think about should be well thought of when we are designing our lesson plan. Some students may have specific needs or preferences that need to be considered in the seating plan. For example, students with hearing impairment may benefit from being seated closer to the front, or students who require additional support may benefit from being seated near the teacher. Including these considerations in the lesson plan ensures that teachers are attentive to the individual requirements of their students. Promoting a sense of belonging. The seating plan influences the dynamics and interactions within the classroom. By consciously designing the seating plan, teachers can encourage positive relationships minimize conflicts, and promote a sense of community. It also provides an opportunity to strategically position students who may benefit from additional support or peer collaboration. That's not everything about the benefits related to seating plan. Seating plan also can impact the delivery of the lesson, where it allows teachers to plan for whole class instruction, small group activities, or individual tasks based on arrangement of students. The seating plan can influence the positioning of instructional material, technology, or resources for easy access and distribution. Let's think about our students and the seating plans that we are designing in the same way that we think about the differentiation. Seating plans are not one size fits all, and they may vary across subjects or activities. The ultimate goal is to create an environment that supports students' learning, engagement, collaboration, and address individual needs to the best extent possible. So we need to be open to flexibility. We need to recognize that seating plans might need to be adjusted over time based on the ongoing assessments and observations, staying flexible and open to changes that better meet the evolution needs of the students can help us to have a very social dynamic inside our classes where relationships between students and their interaction styles can be maximized, and that will encourage the social interaction and minimize the distractions or conflicts between students or uh, uh, the negative participation of students inside the class. Let's now think about some of the ideas related to the KG school or the preschool. There are various seating plans that can be implemented in a kindergarten classroom depending on the specific needs and preferences of the teacher and students. Let's start with the circle time. This is a common seating plan for group activities and discussions in arranging chairs in a circle. This layout promotes interaction, communication, and a sense of equality among students. Rows. In this arrangement, the chairs and desks are placed in straight rows facing the front of the class. This setup is useful for individual tasks or when the teacher needs to address the entire class. Centers. Learning centers are often established for various activities such as reading, art, sensory play, and puzzle. Each center can have its own seating arrangement, such as small tables or floor mats where students can engage in specific activities. Clusters. Tables are arranged together to form small clusters, usually seating 4 to 6 students. And this arrangement promotes collaboration and teamwork, allowing students to work together on group projects or activities. The U-shape. Chairs or desks are arranged in a semicircle or U-shape with the open end facing the teacher. This seating plan encourages student engagement, facilitates classroom decisions, and provides a clear view of the teacher. It's important to consider the specific needs and dynamics of the KG classroom when choosing a seating plan. Remember, flexibility is also a key, as different activities may vary and requires different arrangements. Thus, we need to think about creating a positive and inclusive learning environment. What about the elementary school? Do we have some different type of seating plans proposed? Definitely. There are several seating plans that can be utilized in the elementary classroom. Some of the common ones that we will discuss here are the learning centers, clusters, traditional rows, rotational stations, and others as well. So thinking about the learning centers, we will have different areas of the classroom arranged as specific learning centers for various activities, where each center will have its own seating arrangement based on the nature of the activities and the number of students involved. The U shape, similar to what we have described in the KG classroom, desks are arranged in a semicircle or U shape with the open end facing the front of the classroom. This seating plan facilitates class discussion, encouraging student engagement, and allows the teacher to easily interact with all students. Clusters. As we said earlier, students will be together in a small cluster, typically 4 to 6 students, and this arrangement encourages collaboration and group work, fostering communication and teamwork among students. Traditional rows. Desks or tables are placed in straight rows facing the front of the classroom, and this allows for a structured environment and works well for teacher-led instruction, assessments, or independent work. Flexible seating. This approach involves providing a variety of seating options such as the bags, floor cushions, standing desks, or alternative seating furniture. And here students will have the freedom to choose the seating that suits their needs and preferences, promoting comfort and flexibility during different activities. Is that all? Definitely not. We can think about the rotating stations. We can think about the lab experimentations. We can think about the outside class observations for gardens, for a STEM class, and definitely there should be a specific scenario in place before we set the activities and design the learning opportunities for students. Let's move now to the middle and high school. In middle or high school classrooms, seating plans can vary depending on the teaching style, classroom size, and student needs. Looking into some of the seating plan ideas, we will first consider the clusters. As we said before, clusters will put 2 to 4 students together, and this arrangement promotes collaboration, discussion, and group work among students. The U shape. Desks are arranged in a semicircle or U shape with the open end facing the front of the class, and this arrangement encourages classroom discussion, allows for easy interaction between the teacher and student, and facilitates presentations or group activities. Theater style. Chairs and desks are arranged in rows facing the front, similar to a theater setting. The seating plan is useful for presentations, lectures, or large group discussions where the focus is primarily on the teacher or presenter. Flexible seating. Similar to elementary classes, providing a variety of seating options like bean bags, floor cushions, standing desks, or alternative seating furniture can offer students more comfort and flexibility during independent or group work. Traditional rows. Here, all the tables will be arranged in straight rows facing the front of the class. This classic seating plan works well for teacher-led instruction assessment or individual work. Collaborative tables. Large tables are arranged to accommodate multiple students, fostering collaboration and group work. This arrangement is particularly useful for subjects that require teamwork and discussion, such as group projects or problem-solving activities. Workshop lab stations. In subjects like science, technology, engineering, or art, setting up specific workstations with appropriate seating and equipment can facilitate hands-on activities and project-based learning. Students can rotate through different stations as they work on different tasks. It's important to consider the specific needs of the subject matter, class dynamics, and the preferences of both teacher and students when deciding on a seating plan. Flexibility, as we said earlier, and the ability to adapt the arrangement to suit different activities are crucial for an effective learning environment. And here we approach the end of this video to answer the question related to the groupings and whether it is a homogeneous or heterogeneous, and which one is the more useful for students' achievements and better attainment inside the class. We will shed the light on some specific situations whereby heterogeneous groups are more advisable inside the class. So heterogeneous groups, which consist of students with diverse abilities, backgrounds, and learning styles, can be most useful for student achievement in various situations. Heterogeneous groups are highly effective in cooperative learning activities when students benefit from peer-to-peer interaction, exchange of ideas, and collaborative problem solving. Also, when we have a differentiated instruction where the teacher will group students with varying abilities to provide targeted support and challenge, where each student can be engaged with a friend of him inside the class in order to discuss, to teach, and to challenge based on the learning target. Heterogeneous groups, they offer also an opportunity for students to develop social and emotional skills through interactions with peers from different backgrounds and abilities. Students can gain empathy, understanding, and appreciation of diversity. While heterogeneous groups offer numerous benefits, it's important to note that there are instances where homogeneous groups or targeted intervention may be more appropriate. So homogeneous groups which consist of students with similar abilities or characteristics can be most useful in certain situations in the classroom, specifically when we are talking about remedial intervention, accelerated learning, skill-based activities, or specialized projects or interests. So homogeneous groups can be useful when providing targeted remedial instruction to students who are struggling with specific concepts or skills. They are also beneficial for students who demonstrate advanced skills or high levels of achievement in a particular subject, where teacher can provide more advanced content, explore deeper concepts, and encourage critical thinking and creativity among high-achieving students. Homogeneous groups can be useful also when engaging students in skill-based activities or tasks that require a specific level of proficiency. For example, in subjects like music, art, or physical education, grouping students based on their skill level allows for targeted instruction and practice. Students can work at a pace and level that is aligned with their abilities, leading to more effective skill development. Homogeneous groups can be beneficial for building confidence in students who may be hesitant or lagging in certain skills. By grouping students with similar abilities, teachers can create a supportive environment where students can work together and build their skills without feeling overwhelmed or overshadowed by their peers. It's important to note that creating opportunities for heterogeneous grouping and collaborative learning is crucial for developing social skills, empathy, and appreciation for diversity. Thus, a combination of both homogeneous and heterogeneous groupings can provide a balanced and effective learning experience for students. Thus, a teacher should consider the specific needs, the goals, and dynamics of their classrooms to determine the most suitable group composition for different learning activities and objectives. And now we come to the end of this video. And one question that every teacher should think about when designing the lesson plan and determining the learning opportunities to be designed. If I am going to put students in rows, then all my learning opportunities should be targeting a student who will work independently in order to achieve them. If I'm going to put them in heterogeneous groupings, then I need to design the activities which will enable the different able students to collaborate and communicate, and I need to set the roles and responsibilities of each member of this team. If I want to put them in homogeneous grouping, then I need to make sure that I am challenging the advanced students. I'm providing the basics or the focus support from my side to the less able students, and I am keeping a certain balance where all students, they feel that their social and emotional learning has been taken into consideration. So, as a conclusion, we need to understand that before we start finalizing our thoughts and our ideas related to the teaching strategies and the learning opportunities, we need to understand how students will interact, collaborate, and communicate to achieve the learning objectives, successfully and to demonstrate progress within the period.